Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
Game number 2 of the American League Division Series. Welcome, everyone. We are back again. And yesterday, the Jays, in I think unbelievable fashion, I don't think anybody, even the biggest Jays fans, thought that they had 10 runs in them. And I was listening to like Yankees fans' reaction to how yesterday went, some of the post-game reaction out of New York. And a lot of them believe that the series hasn't started yet. They thought, like, okay, the Yankees were a step behind the Jays because they had a very, very soft middle of the summer. They weren't very good at that portion of the season. The Jays beat up on them a lot during the year. And they had to go with their 4th starter to start game number 1 of the ALDS because they had to play that series against the Boston Red Sox where they had to use all their pitching. So now they believe with Max Fried going to the mound, their ace, one of the best pitchers in baseball, they think, okay, now the series is starting. That game was a throwaway game. We're trying things out. Now we got our ace on the mound. Things are going to get going. And the overconfidence of Yankees fans is irking me today. Seeing all that stuff was so incredibly annoying because give some darn credit to these Toronto Blue Jays and what JAYS Savage is going to do on the mound today. This is a pitcher they have never faced before. This is a pitcher who has given every major league team that he has faced so far in his very short major league career. Remember, this kid, and he's still a kid, JAYS Savage, started the year in A-ball in Dunedin. And he's worked his way up, and the Blue Jays have magically, perfectly set him up for success here this season. They've gone out and had him hide away in the minor leagues and work his way up to the majors so that in September he makes his debut, and the league doesn't know what to do with him. I've talked about this before, but JAYS Savage is huge. He's a huge dude, and because he's so huge, he comes from an arm angle that major league pitchers aren't used to seeing yet. He throws the ball from like literally the top of the CN Tower is where he's coming from, and he's coming down on. But his arm angle, his release point as a pitcher is so unique that it's in the, I think it's 1 percentile. It might even be less than 1%, but we'll go with at least the 1 percentile of major league pitchers. So batters who've never seen him before are so thrown off by where the ball is coming from and then coming across the plate. So he has an inherent advantage. And Yankees fans, for the last 24 hours, have been completely disregarding this because on the mound on their side, they have Max Fried. And like I said, we all know what Max Fried is. We all know what he can be when he's at his best. He's one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. But I'm saying here that the Blue Jays, with their bats that are going based on yesterday, if Kirk's going, if Vlatty's going, which is the key to this whole thing, Davis Schneider's in the lineup today. We'll run through the lineups here before we get started with the actual game. But if their bats are going and they get some run support for JAYS Savage and they get a couple runs off of Fried and they get to that Yankees bullpen, if they work the counts here like they did yesterday perfectly against Luis Gil, if they can work the counts up, not allow Fried to pitch deep into this game, get to that Yankees bullpen that is shaky, that only has one left-handed arm in the whole bullpen, if they can get to that thing, they got a real shot at taking the first 2 games of this series. And JAYS Savage just needs to do what he's been doing all along, throwing hard fastballs, mixing things up with the off-speed pitches, and I think the Blue Jays will be fine today. We don't even need him to go that deep. Because of how Schneider and co have organized this bullpen, I'm not too worried about JAYS Savage going deep into this game. I just think that if they can get, if JAYS Savage can go 6 innings, I'm perfectly happy. If he can keep the Yankees in bay and not allow them to run up the score or anything, if the Blue Jays get to their bullpen, like, they got this. So that's my spiel on how the Blue Jays are going to do this thing. JAYS Savage is walking out to the mound. Chat, I hope you are ready for today. Welcome. If you were here yesterday, welcome back. If you were not here yesterday, welcome for the first time. We are going to have a lot of fun today. As Deb says, okay, kids, no beer till you hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. It does a lot for the channel. It does a lot for our content. And it really takes you no effort at all to hit that like button on this video. Let's go through the lineups here because the Blue Jays did make some changes here in their lineup. Let me see if I can pull this up for you so we can all watch it together. Let me just pull this lineup for you. There we go. Let me drop that. All right, and let me get myself out of the way as well. Brace with me, people. There we go. Blue Jays are going with Springer, Schneider in left. Santander goes to the bench. Guerrero, Kirk, Varsho, Clement, IKF gets the start at second base this time. Jimenez and Straw out in right field. So some changes there based on yesterday. Ernie Clement was at second yesterday. And then in right field, it was Nathan Lucas, and then Miles Straw's in there. So a couple changes there with Schneider, Straw, and IKF getting in there. On the Yankees side of things, Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, Chisholm, McMahon, Volpe, Austin Wells. That is the exact same lineup the Yankees had yesterday. And as you can see on the bottom there, on that MLB.com page, the first pitch has been thrown in this game. JAYS Savage starts the thing off with a strike. We are underway in Toronto for game number 2 of the American League Division Series. Let me know how you are feeling about this thing. Let me know if you're nervous. Let me know if you're confident. Let me know if you think the Blue Jays can get to Max Fried, if they stand even a chance against this ace. Let me know if you think Vlatty is going to hit more home runs today. Alejandro Kirk became the 4th Blue Jay of all time to have a multi-home run game in the playoffs with his 2 home runs yesterday. What an afternoon for Kirky. I had up the other Blue Jays who had multi-home run playoff games. I'll read that list off to you. It's a very, very good company that Kirk is in. Jose Bautista in the 2015. Hey, strikeout to start the game for JAYS Savage. Who was worried about this kid? I was not. Yeah, do you like the crowd in the back? I got the ballpark noise isolated in your headphones. Hold on. I'll be silent and then you can hear it. Do the people like having the Rogers Center atmosphere in your headphones, hearing me call the game over that? Let me know. Let me know. It's a new little garnish on the top of the stream. Yeah, Daniel says, I like the crowd in the back. It's fun. It feels like I'm there, right? It gives you that illusion. It gives you that illusion that I'm talking from the game, which you can clearly see I'm not. I like the zhuzh. That's why I put it in there. JAYS Savage falls behind Aaron Judge, walks him. Judge is on first base. Start the game off with a strikeout. Things are great. Face Aaron Judge for the first time in your career. Walk him on 4 pitches. Not ideal. First inning, not going to panic. Matt says, feels just like being at the game apart from the $17 beers. Yeah, pull that beer out of your fridge, charge yourself $17, and you'll really get that Rogers Center atmosphere. I agree, Carly, not great pitching to Aaron Judge. He was very tepid in his approach there. He kept pitching him outside, and he just lost him on 4 pitches. Felt like he kind of gave up in that at-bat, JAYS Savage did. Would like to see him do a little bit more against Judge. Just that one slider on the inside, and it was way too inside. Then he went slider outside to start the at-bat. Slider outside again on that 3rd pitch, and then 4-seam fastball just way out of the zone there to Judge. Not ideal. Cody Bellinger is at the plate now. Yeah, we're trying to leave him stranded there, James. That's the goal here. Or double play, end the inning real quick. JAYS Savage finally with a couple strikes over the plate to Bellinger. His 4th major league start of his career, JAYS Savage. And he's pitching against the New York Yankees at home in the American League Division Series. Like, holy cow. Luis says, I've been to the Rogers Center for my first Blue Jays game a couple years ago. Best day of my life. The Rogers Center renovations, as much as I despise what Byron Atkins did to this team between like 2016 or 2017, I should say, and like 2024, just between that time, I've despised everything. There's a strikeout by a Savage on Cody Bellinger. That splitter, beautiful pitch. 85-mile-an-hour splitter, low in the zone. That splitter is so deceiving because that fastball is at 95 on most occasions. And then you have an 85 splitter, and when it's coming out of I'll get back to the Rogers Center renovations. I keep cutting myself off. But we need to talk about JAYS Savage and this splitter right here to Bellinger, because when he's coming with that fastball that's 95, and then he throws that splitter out of the hand right away, they look kind of the same. And then all of a sudden, it's coming at less velocity. It's dropping down in the zone. It has that sweeping action where it comes straight down on the 12-6 vertical there. And it fools hitters all the time. And coming from that angle that I talked about off the top of the stream, where he's coming from way up at the CN Tower and he's throwing the ball all the way down, that splitter's just even more effective for JAYS Savage. Great start to the game for him to strike out Bellinger there. 2 outs on the inning, both coming from strikeouts. And would you look at that? 3 outs in the inning, all coming from strikeouts. He gets Ben Rice on that splitter we were just praising. JAYS Savage in his first major league postseason start is able to strand Aaron Judge at first base, strikes out 3 batters in the inning. Ben Rice gets fooled by the splitter. Bellinger gets fooled by the splitter. And Trent Grisham, let me just check that, got fooled by the splitter. That is unbelievable stuff there from JAYS Savage. If you'll take a look at it here, I'll move myself out of the way. There is the splitter thrown low in the zone at 85 that fooled Trent Grisham. Cody Bellinger on his at-bat, swinging strike on the splitter, 85. Do you see that low in the zone, that 6th pitch there? Next up, it was Ben Rice to end the inning with a splitter low in the zone. When he's throwing that fastball and then he's following up later in that at-bat with a splitter, these batters can't handle it. Awesome stuff. We just need to get him to throw strikes just more and more. Can't be losing batters like he did to Judge, but when he's throwing those strikes, when he's throwing that splitter, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great night. Hey, Smeef says, hey, Jesse, going to be driving home after a weekend camping trip with some friends. Really wanted to listen to the game. Thanks for broadcasting and giving me something to listen to. Hey, shout out Smeef and everybody in the car. If they're in the car with you driving, shout out your friends too. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you to everybody in the chat for tuning in nice and early for this game to watch those 3 strikeouts with me. It's going to be a fun afternoon, I think. Rob is on the SDPN account today. Robert Malloy, our wonderful mod, will be modding for you in the chat. If you have any concerns about the chat, Robert Malloy can answer those questions for you and solve those problems and concerns. And if you just want to chat too, Robert's there to chat. Just like asking questions. Pepper Robert with as many questions as you got. I'm sure Robert will spend all afternoon answering your questions. Back to the Rogers Center. That was like 5 minutes ago. I got distracted because things were happening in this game. But Rogers Center renovations, 10 out of 10. The Rogers, the media conglomerate, has done a fantastic job with the dome. It used to be so cold and lifeless in there through the mid-2010s 2000s and late 90s. When it was built way back when, it was revolutionary. It was something to behold. And then slowly as it aged, it became, they called it the concrete convertible because of how ugly and cold and lifeless it was. And then slowly over the last 3-ish years, I think the last 3 off seasons, they've converted this place into a real major league ballpark that's become a destination for a lot of people. The views you have now of the CN Tower with the beautiful ballpark on there, it's become a really cool spot. They've organized the outfield, so there's a bunch of like hang sections. They have sections where you just stand at like bar tables and overlook the outfield, and you can see the field and just have a beer with your friends. And you go in groups, and they're meant for group outings. And then they've moved the bullpens, so the bullpens are now amongst the fans, and you sit and you watch the pitchers warm up, and it's a great atmosphere. I can't recommend it enough. If you haven't been to the Rogers Center in a couple of years, go see the new renovations. I feel like I'm just doing a sell for Rogers. They don't need your money anymore. They have all of your money already. They own everything. But if you get a chance to go down next season, because postseason tickets are going to be expensive, so if you get a chance, maybe even to travel into Toronto, go see a Jays game at the Rogers Center at the renovations. We got a timeout on the field here. We got dirt in the eye of Austin Wells. Umpires being very kind about the dirt in the eye. Johnny says, I prefer the bright blue seats over the dark blue seats. The dark ones are more comfy. George Springer hits a little dribbler out to third base. He is thrown out at first base. McMahon picks up that little dribbler that George Springer has. Leadoff man for the Blue Jays is out. 1 out in the inning. Max Fried gets the game started with a ground out George Springer to McMahon. That is a 6-3 out. Next up, Davis Schneider. Davis Schneider gets into the playoffs for the first time this year. First time in the postseason in his career, it should be. Davis Schneider, they didn't make the playoffs last year, last place finish. And he wouldn't have been in it in 23. There's a base hit in his first postseason at-bat of his career. Davis Schneider lines a ball into left field, bounces in front of the fielder, and he is on first base to get this inning started for the Jays. 1 out, Vlatty to the plate, and we remember what Vlatty did yesterday in the first inning. A home run, a solo shot to put the Jays up 1-0 yesterday. Today, he's up with a man on. We'll see what he can do against Fried. Fried falls behind in the count 1-0 on Vlatty. Vlatty with, I wouldn't say the best power year for him. On base was good. He was getting on the base pass. You'd like a little bit more power out of him, but if you erase the last couple weeks in that September, it was a solid year overall. He started off slow, had a really hot summer, then ended slow. And now's the moments we want Vlatty to really excel. And there's a chopper. Hard play here. Chisholm can't make a play. Bounces off of his bare hand. Vlatty reaches base on a chopper just behind the mound of Max Fried. They don't ask how. They ask how many. Vlatty reaches base on another single on an ugly swing off the end of the bat, and he hustled all the way up the line to first base to beat out that play. Jazz Chisholm didn't even have a play. Bounces off his hand. Dribbles off into the infield. Blue Jays, 1 out. Schneider on second. Vlatty on first. Alejandro Kirk at the plate. The hottest hitter in baseball right now. In Kirk's last 10 at-bats, he has 5 home runs. 5 home runs in his last 10 at-bats, and Kirk grounds it up the middle to Chisholm, who touches second, throws it over to first, and that ends the rally for the Blue Jays. Double play. Fried gets out of the inning. 0-0 to end the first inning. Ah. Darn it. Let me hit the trumpet. Commercial break in the action. We got Deb asking, question for Jess. In your quest for being a mascot, have you ever seen the racing presidents at the Nats game? Yes. The racing presidents at the Nats game is so cool. I believe the Brewers do the hot dogs, right? I think they got the racing hot dogs at the Brewers game, or am I making that up? I know they have the slide at the Brewers game. The mascot goes down the slide in the outfield wall. But if you're not familiar, mascots are so cool to me. I love the idea of mascots and that, like, hey, we have this thing that's just there to bring people joy. And if I would, like, I feel like I'm a good size and I have the right attitude to be a mascot. And in another life, like, I would be a mascot. So mascots always been my favorite thing. Like, as a kid going to the ballpark, like, I was obsessed with mascots. And as an adult, you know, I've grown a greater appreciation for those guys in those hot suits who are just like, you are the fun person. You're going to be the person at the ballpark who no matter what's happening, you got to bring the fun to everybody there. It's so cool. So, yeah, the racing that they got at the Nats game has always been cool. Is it race? Fighting Amish says the racing pierogi at the Pirates game is top tier. They have racing pierogies at Pirates game? I got to ask Adam Wilde about that. He has some ties to Pittsburgh, so he might have seen the racing pierogies at a Pirates game or something. That's so much fun. Hey, they're talking about the arm angle thing that I was talking about off the top of this broadcast. Trey A. Savage, 63-degree arm angle, second highest arm angle in Major League Baseball. This is like the third time I'm going to talk about this in the first 20 minutes of this stream, but it's such an important piece of why that splitter is so effective. Yeah, Savage is huge, and he adds to the hugeness by throwing the ball like all the way at the max height he can. And it is such a unique arm angle. Literally the 1% of Major League Baseball players, the second highest arm angle, 63 degrees. And that's what makes him so unique and so special. That's why in his 4th career start, he's starting against the Yankees in a playoff game. He's facing right now Giancarlo Stanton, who is at the plate and who swings through A.A. Savage pitch. That was a slider, 89, down and away. Comes back with the slider, but it's in the dirt. Robert Malloy in the chat. Is this the part where I tell Jesse I was a high school mascot and I had to cartwheel in a horse costume? If there's video evidence of that, I might need to see that at some point. Your school was the horses? I hope your team wasn't the horses. That's not very intimidating at all. Teriner says 89-mile-an-hour slider. Hot damn. Yeah, that slider, it's not a traditional slider because of how much vertical movement it has. It doesn't have as much left to right. Let me see. Right to left movement as it should have from a right-handed pitcher. but the vertical movement on him makes it so dangerous, and obviously the velocity there that he's coming with because he throws everything pretty hard here. Savage, Stanton, strikeout on that slider. Oh, my goodness. Savage has 4 outs in the game. All 4 outs have come on strikeouts. The Yankees are having trouble hitting this kid. Every out has been a strikeout so far. Unbelievable. And that streak is going to end right here because Jazz Chisholm check swings a fastball up into the air, into left field. Davis Schneider comes in, gets under it, grabs the pop fly ball, and Jazz Chisholm is out on 1 pitch. We have 2 outs in the inning. McMahon, the third baseman, is now at the plate for the Yankees. Savage, only 26 pitches so far. Now facing McMahon. 2 outs in the inning, 0-0. The score is Yankees and Blue Jays. Blue Jays up 1-0 in the series. 1-1 in the count. We're going to be back here on Tuesday once again. 7 p.m. first pitch on Tuesday. Streaming all these playoff games till the Blue Jays want to go home. And they don't seem to like they have any plans on ending their season anytime soon. Savage gets McMahon to swing through the splitter. They keep showing Savage's family on the broadcast. It's very wholesome. McMahon doesn't chase the splitter there. We're going to deal again here at 2-2 in the count. Savage against McMahon. McMahon lines it out into right field. Miles Straw standing in perfect position, catches the ball. That is the 3rd out of the inning. Savage goes 3 up, 3 down against the Yankees. 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Varsho, Clement, and Kiner Falefa due up for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's check in with the chat here. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in. R. Ruska says, I didn't know y'all was streaming the Jays game. We're right here. Jays game's on. We are streaming. We will be here for every single Jays playoff game. Let's figure out what animal Robert Malloy was in his horse costume. Blue Mustangs. Mustangs. It was the Mustangs, not the horses. That's good. That's good. There's Adam Wild. The bots are out in plenty in the chat. We got to get rid of those bots. We were talking yesterday about the 9-9-9 challenge. 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in 9 innings. I am admitting I don't think I can do that. The hot dogs, I'd probably tap out depending on how big the hot dogs are. I probably wouldn't be able to get all 9 hot dogs down my gullet. I'm thinking like I could eat 6 or 7 hot dogs. You know, if they're the really thin ones that they sell on Looney Dog Day at the Jays games, maybe I could do 9. But the beer, no. 9 beers? Like 9 cans of beer in 2.5 hours? Remember, baseball games are faster now. It's not like we got 3.5 hour baseball games. You got to be chugging those beers 2.5 hours, 2:45 at max, and then down 9 beers. I think I would fail personally. We have a challenge on the Steve Dangle podcast where if we raise $90,000 for Easter Seals Ontario as a team, we get close every year. Like every year we're up in the like 70,000s. We've crossed 100,000 some years. So if we could get to 90,000 this year, Adam Wild, myself, and Steve Dangle will do the 999 challenge. We made that commitment on the last episode. We'll see if we stick to it. But that's going to be a hard next day. As Hat Trick Patrick says, you could do it. You just wouldn't feel great after. Yeah, I'd have to like start at like 9 a.m. I'd want that. I think I'm coming up with something. I think I'm getting this. Come up with a little strategy. If you start early enough in the day, it won't ruin your entire next day, because that's something I'm really worried about. Those 9 beers will have me knocked out for a long time because I don't drink that heavy anymore. It's Varsho at the plate against Max Fried. 0-1 in the count. And Varsho takes this ball out to right field over the first baseman. And Aaron Judge! Aaron Judge can't play it off the wall. The fraud, Aaron Judge himself, can't handle the ball in right field. And Ernie Clement gets a lead-off triple. Sorry, I said Ernie Clement. Dalton Varsho, lead-off triple. Ernie Clement is at the plate now, and Ernie Clement takes a ball to deep left field into the Jays bullpen. That ball is gone. Home run, Ernie Clement, to put the Jays up 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch swinging for Clement there. Scores Varsho, who was on third after that triple. He hit that thing off the end of the bat. I don't know how he was able to pull that curveball over the fence, but power from Ernie Clement was not expected there. My goodness. You love to see that. 2-0 for the Jays. 1 out now in the inning as IKF grounds out to Ben Rice at first base. They're showing the Ernie Clement home run again. It's a curveball low in the zone. And he's able to just reach over, get enough power on that, and pull it into the Blue Jays bullpen. Rogers Center is raucous right now. What a great start to this game. Once again, the Jays up early. Once again, the Jays up early by 2 runs. That's 2 games. 2-0 leads for the Jays early. We gotta rewind a little. Aaron Judge bobbling that ball in the corner. Like that man, Yankees fans? Huh? That man is your star player? I get he's good with the bat. I've yet to see that against the Blue Jays. I remember yesterday, there was nobody out. There was everybody on base. The bases were loaded. And Aaron Judge had the ugliest swing I've ever seen in my entire life in the most crucial situation of that game for the New York Yankees. And then we get to game number 2. And he bobbles a ball in the outfield early in the game in the second inning. Now we have ended the second inning because that is a fly out to Cody Bellinger by Miles Straw. Miles Straw flies out to Cody Bellinger for the third out of the inning. Jimenez struck out swinging. We go to the top of the third. Let's see this Ernie home run. Now that we have a break in the action, we can pull up this home run and take a look at it on the game day 3D visuals. Why did it say Varsho there? Okay, let's try and... Do they have... Okay, they do have the right one up. Okay, let's pull this up. All right, here we go. Varsho's on third after his triple. Ernie Clement at the plate. They got the wrong name there. He hits this one way out into the bullpen there. Look where this pitch is. Let me see if I can switch this angle. There we go. This pitch isn't ideal for hitting it out to right field. It's such a spectacular piece of hitting. Max Fried watching that ball go out. Lands right in the Blue Jays bullpen. There's Varsho on third being real happy. Let's try another angle here. The strike zone. Oh, the action can't. Oh, okay. Now they've switched it to Ernie Clement. They've got it right there. Ernie Clement coming up from the ground. There he is. Really gets a hold of it. Is able to pull it out there to left field. Jays home run. Great start to the game. One more time. Last time. Oh, there it is. And then Varsho disappears into Ernie Clement because the graphics are... They're trying their best here, people. The graphics are trying their best. We're going to the top of the third. It was 3 straight outs. IKF grounded out. Jimenez struck out. And then Miles Straw flew out to Cody Bellinger after those 2 runs for the Jays. And then now for the Yankees, Volpe's up, followed by Austin Wells and Trent Grisham to face A. Savage, who already on the day has 4 strikeouts. Don't forget to hit like on this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe on the channel. Water break. Will A. Savage continue dealing here in the third inning? Volpe's ahead in the count 1-0 against A. Savage. Chat, how we feeling now? Chat, are we feeling confident now that the Jays are up 2-0 early? Max Fried was supposed to be the way the Yankees got back into this series. This was supposed to be the get-right game for the Yankees. You know, you got to start your 4th starter in game number 1 because you had the game against the Yankees. And then you put your ace on the mound, and the Jays aren't going to touch him. Those New Yorkers. I can't do a New York accent. I won't even try. But those people from the Bronx, so confident coming into this game, thinking that nobody could ever hit Max Fried. And what happens? Ernie Clement home run. And then now the man who's dealing is Trey Savage, who strikes out Anthony Volpe. That's 5 strikeouts for A. Savage now. First out of the inning, he gets Volpe on the fastball. 95-mile-an-hour fastball right down the heart of the plate, but Volpe just can't catch up with it. That was 3 straight fastballs that A. Savage went with. He went with the slider and then 3 straight fastballs and just threw them in the zone. That's one thing I'm encouraging these Jays pitchers to do. They're never going to hear me. They're never going to hear this. If you just throw strikes, the Yankees are either going to swing and miss or they're going to make weak contact. because Gausman has pitch to contact pitches, and Yay Savage again gets Austin Wells swinging. 6 strikeouts already for Yay Savage. He's faced 9 batters in this game and has 6 strikeouts, 2 outs in this inning. Unreal. Back to the top of the order for the Yankees. Trent Grisham at the plate. You don't know what to expect from Yay Savage. He's such an unknown. And so much of baseball, modern baseball, is based on analytics and the numbers we can run on you and what you've done against other major league pitchers. This is his 4th career major league start. They have no book on this kid. And his stuff is plus. They're not used to him. And it's shown. It is shown through one of the best. They're supposed to be one of the best hitting lineups in the game, the Yankees are. And Yay Savage went through them the first time, got 6 strikeouts, a lot of them swinging. Unreal. Now he's got Grisham here with 2 strikes in the count. We'll see if we can race this thing up to 7. He just missed on that one. Ball in the dirt. 3-2 count. Yay Savage trying to run this strikeout count up to 7 on the evening, on the afternoon. Three-two strikeout to Grisham. That's 7 strikeouts on the day for Yay Savage. That's on the splitter, 85 miles an hour. That one was in the zone, and Grisham just couldn't get to it. Unreal start to this game. Oh, baby. Max Fried was supposed to be the ace in this game, and I'm sorry, Yankees fans, the ace so far in this game is on the other dugout. Let's check in with the chat. Suhan says, Trey has come to town, and he has come to play. Yes, he has. Oh, Yay Savage from Logan. Toriner, Trey's gone full beast mode. Jordan, just Yay Savage. Yay Savage, the future guy. I think we all know. I think we all know this is the future of the Blue Jays pitching staff. This is their ace for the next 10 years. This kid's got it. Like, you don't regress when you're this good. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. We've seen pitchers fall off, but right now he's doing so well. Back to the 999 challenge. Let me know if any of you are doing it at home today. Let me know what you're snacking on during this game. If you got a little feast going for this Blue Jays game in this afternoon. What you're munching on. Suhan, yeah, Manoa. Manoa never had stuff like Yay Savage, but I caught myself guaranteeing that Yay Savage is the future when we just saw Alek Manoa get released and designated for assignment and picked up by the Braves. Things happen in baseball. Things definitely happen. Let's check in with What's Your Eating Watch. Oh, first of all, we got a super chat from Rick who says, first of all, Rick, these air horns are for you. Rick says, it's bloody savage. It is. Burgers and pasta from Mike St. John. That is, oof. Burgers and pasta? That's a lot. That's a lot of carbs there. Ruffles and French onion dip from David Owens. George Springer, first out of the inning. That's straight to Jazz Chisholm. 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. Jays up 2-0 on the Yankees. 1 out in the inning. Domino's Pizza and Garlic Bites. JM Beast. I am not afraid to admit that Domino's, I think, is my favorite fast food pizza. Amongst all the like big pizza chains, Domino's, I think, is number 1. Let's check in more on what you're eating. Buster says, a kilo of pasta. A kilo. Nick says, I had a sausage. That's baseball food. That is baseball food for sure. Good snacks chat. Robert Malloy approves of the snacks. Homemade guac and chips. Deb. I love a good homemade guac and chips. Davis Schneider's at the plate here. He's behind in the count. 1-2. Max Fried trying to settle back into this game after allowing 2 runs in the last inning. Let's see if Davis Schneider's gotten this at bat. Working the count now, back to even. I like that Davis Schneider got this start here. I like his bat in this position as opposed to Santander. And Davis Schneider, from a 1-2 count, is able to work the count back to 4 balls and get a walk, and he is on first base. Next up, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Well done. What an at-bat from Davis Schneider. The little stuff. Like, really good eye in that at-bat. It was a tough couple pitches there to lay off, especially that curveball and that changeup. And he's able to do it. And he's able to get to first base for Vlatty, who's at the plate. For Vlatty, who lines one out into center field. Schneider's going to third. Vlatty's staying on first base. Blue Jays, first, third, 1 out, up 2 runs. Vlatty's got it going. He's 2 for 2. Unreal so far from Vlatty. He's had a great 2 games. I have a tangerine in my hand if you didn't see. Baseball as well. Vlatty, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. Able to get Schneider over to third base. Alejandro Kirk at the plate. Captain Kirk. What can he do with a man on third? He grounded into a double play last time up. You remember he had a man on second, a man on first. Grounded right to Chisholm. Ended up in that double play. Let's hope he can stay out of the double play this time. At least get the ball in the outfield, get the ball in the air. Get that run home. There's a sign in the outfield that says, "We salute you, Captain Kirk." Yes, we do. Let's see what Captain Kirk can deliver in this moment here against Max Fried. Max Fried's pitching all outside to Kirk, not giving him anything he can drive. Goes changeup outside, sinker outside, sinker outside, changeup outside. He's not giving Kirk anything to hit here. Expert pitching by the Yankees ace. But we have Captain Kirk, and he has been on fire. Let's see if this thing can continue for Kirky. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the big hit here. Kirk 2-2, 1 out. Jays up 2. Little dribbler to first base. And they're only able to get Kirk at first. That works too. I'll take it. I'll take it every day. Kirk's able to make contact on a real tough pitch outside of the zone. It would have been a ball, a sinker just off the end of the plate. He's able to get a little bit on it. It's over to Ben Rice. Ben Rice flips it to Max Fried. Davis Schneider comes home to put the Jays up 3-0. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes to second base. Decent piece of hitting there by Kirk. Can't be mad at that. Just as good as a sac fly. Oh, there's a hit by Varsho. Down the right field line. That's going to score Vlatty. Varsho's going to go to second. Aaron Judge fields it. Thing he couldn't do the first time. He's able to gather the ball. Varsho doubles. 2 out. 4-0 Jays. I would like to hear from all the Yankees fans who told me that, well, who told the world that the series isn't started yet. Max Fried hasn't hit the mound. We had to play Boston. We were tired. Our pitching rotation wasn't set up. Now that we got Fried on the mound, things will really get going. This Toronto team, there's nothing. Blah, 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 blah. It's the bottom of the third inning. And when I check the score, it's 4-0 Blue Jays. The ace, I think, is on the other dugout. And the guy who can't keep the runs down is in the Yankees uniform. Max Fried is getting hit around today. 4 runs through 2 2/3 innings. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Ernie Clement at the plate. Let's see if Ernie can bring in Varsho just like last time. 2-run shot last time. Kevin says, calm down, Jesse. It's only the third inning. Have you learned nothing being a Leafs fan? These aren't the Leafs. Nothing's over till it's over. But the fact, like it is a fact right now that it's 4-0 Jays. Like there's no argument. That's the world we live in. The Jays are up 4-0. Trey Savage has 7 strikeouts. Max Fried, the ace of the Yankees, allows another hit to Ernie Clement, who scores Dalton Varsho to make it 5-0 Jays. Come on! Tell me to calm down. It's 5-0 Blue Jays against Max Fried. What's there to calm down about? The Blue Jays have the best record in baseball when they score 5+ runs. They do not lose games when they put up this many runs. I'll bring up the stat for you if you're interested. During the regular season, the Blue Jays were 71-4 when scoring 5+ runs. based on yesterday. There's a third out of the inning here. Fly ball to center by IKF. Flies out to Trent Grisham. That's the third out. But that comes after the Jays put up 3 more runs in this inning to extend their lead to 5-0. Back to what I was reading. The Blue Jays had an MLB best 71-4 record this season when scoring 5+ runs. Yesterday, they also scored 5+ runs and won. So that means they're 72-4 this season when scoring 5+ runs. Their 947 win percentage when scoring 5+ runs is the 5th highest in a 162 game season since 1969. They are one of the best teams in the history of Major League Baseball. In the history of baseball, when scoring 5+ runs. Facts. That is a fact of a stat. What's the score right now? 5-0 Jays. There is reason to be confident that this game is going to go well. We have evidence that this thing is going to turn out real good for the Blue Jays. Now, I get it. It's the top of the 4th inning. But there's reason to be excited. There's reason to be happy right now. The Jays are in a very, very good position. Fighting Amish says, so far this series, Blue Jays 15 runs to 1 run for the Yanks. It's 15-1 right now. Not Ryan anymore. Calls me a jinxer. It's still Toronto. You guys are too much in Leaf brain. This is from David Owens, who has a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, David Owens. Yankees look shook. Terrible body language. Scared. I agree. They can't hit Jay Savage. Aaron Judge is at the plate now. I assume John Boy and the Talkin' Yanks boys are melting down right now. The Talkin' Yanks boys must be having a crisis because they were talking some real confidence coming out of losing 10-1. I don't know what made them think they were in this thing when game number 1 was 10-1. Who gave you the right? Who do you think you are? Max Fried, who? Aaron Judge at the plate against Jay Savage. Jay Savage bad at bat the first time against Judge. Just pitched him outside 4 pitches, walked him. Let's see if he actually challenges him this time. Tries to go at Judge here, especially with this 5-run lead. Throw strikes. That's what I want to see out of him. Throw that splitter for strikes. Got a swinging one there. Swinging on the slider inside. That was a great position. Lot of movement on that slider from left to right. That was really good. That's they're showing the slider, the replay of the slider right there. I think he throws his slider on this seam with the 2 fingers here. I think that's how he throws the slider. Jay Savage, but he gets it to spin left to right and go in on Judge, which is just a magical pitch. That was really good. And he gets Judge swinging on a fastball high. That's 8 strikeouts for Jay Savage. That's all I'm asking out of the kid. Throw strikes. These Yankees batters can't catch up to you. Just keep throwing strikes. This is unreal. And starts off with a couple balls to Bellinger. That's 8 strikeouts on the day for Ye Savage. This thing could not have started any better for the Blue Jays. He's only at 53 pitches through 4 innings. Almost 4 innings here. 3 1/3 innings. Suhan says, bye-bye, Mr. Judge. I saw John Schneider talking pregame, and they asked him about playing Jeff Hoffman yesterday in the 10-1 ninth inning. He said, like, Hoffman had been out so much. Like, he'd been sitting around for so long. He'd been 8 days since he had actually pitched that he just wanted it to get him out there on the mound. He wanted him to get some reps in. Here's Bellinger flying the ball out to foul territory. It goes into the Rogers Center crowd. Bellinger at the plate, 3-2, 1 out against A. Savage. So Hoffman, he just wanted to, or Schneider just wanted Hoffman to take the mound, get some throws in, because he had been sitting for so long. Cody Bellinger is Ye Savage's latest victim. This performance is one for the ages right now. 9 strikeouts for Trey Ye Savage. Oh my goodness. The splitter there. You could see that grip on that splitter. It's kind of like this. He's coming down on it. And that angle, that 12-6 drop of that splitter, Yankees hit batters all day long cannot track that ball. They can't track that pitch. This is unbelievable. We're only 1.5 times through this lineup, but so far, it's looking magical. Let's see what Ye Savage has against Ben Rice. He's got 2 strikes on him. Ball inside. Not quite number 10 yet. Uncle Ben's Rice. There's strikeout number 10! Double digits! 10 strikeouts through 4 innings for Trey Ye Savage. This is one of the most unreal postseason performances out of this child that I've ever seen. His 4th career Major League start. Game 2 of the American League DS against the New York Yankees. A team that's supposedly supposed to be one of the best hitting lineups in the league. He has 10 strikeouts on 12 hitters. As Jaco points out in the chat, he's 10 for 12. It's like he's playing MLB The Show online. And he's just in another tier of league than his opponent. My goodness. I can't talk enough about that arm angle. I can't talk enough about that splitter. The Yankees have no book on this kid. They came into this game blind, and they're swinging like it. They're swinging like they have no idea what's happening. Keep throwing strikes, young man. Keep throwing strikes. They're not going to get to it. Let's look at the Dalton Varsho double that happened last time the Blue Jays were at bat and they put up a bunch of runs on the New York Yankees. Let's check in with the game day 3D of the Varsho double. Here we go. Max Fried. Oh, we got a super chat. I'll pause this. Ray Adlington says, I've been watching Blue Jays baseball since their first postseason in 1985, and I've never seen a start like this from any Jays pitcher ever. This confetti's for you, Ray. You are so right about that. 10 strikeouts. Unreal. Here's the double by Varsho down the line. Oh, right by the first baseman. There's Aaron Judge going to the corner. Varsho rounding the base. And the signature celebration, they got it on the game day 3D. They got it. You saw the little wag. You see it up there at second base. Yeah. That's amazing. That is amazing. Let's go one more time on this double here. Varsho hits it in the corner. You'll see it there. Oh, I'm kind of in the way of where the ball was. But Varsho gets to second. He scores a run. And there he is celebrating. Good times in Blue Jays land right now. I wonder if they got any game day 3Ds of the strikeouts. 10 on the evening. Andres Jimenez is at the plate. Bottom of the fourth inning. He's leading off for the Jays. This inning, due up Jimenez, Straw, and Springer. There's a sad Yankees fan at Rogers Center there. Hey, David Fitzpatrick, we're not saying that. I don't think we're saying that here. Nobody read David Fitzpatrick's comment. Nobody read it. Nobody read that. I don't believe in jinxes. You can see how much I've been talking about how much the Jays have already won this game. But that I respect that one though, David. There's a little chopper out to third base and Jimenez beats it out. Jimenez hits a little chopper out to Ryan McMahon, and the Toronto Blue Jays have started another inning with a man on base. Max Fried cannot get these batters out. That is the 8th hit of the inning, of the game, sorry. Inning would be incredible. Of the game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Fried is up to 45 pitches. Oh, I'm going to talk so much mess after this game to all those videos I saw on TikTok and Twitter of Yankees fans bragging about how this series didn't even get started because Fried hadn't taken the mound in game 1. They were so sure this thing was over. Straw's at the plate. He shows bunt but pulls back. Let's see if he bunts over Jimenez on first. He shows it again. Another ball. 2-0 in the count. Miles Straw. That's why you have your number 9 hitter to play small ball, right? You have him up there to bunt over guys, lay them down, play baseball the good old-fashioned right way. Here's a bunt. Foul. Foul ball. Adam Turner says, John Boy and his friends got to be livid right now. Yeah, those talking Yanks boys must be real upset. All right. Let's see if Miles Straw can lay down a bunt here. He's already tried once. He's laid off 2 balls out of the zone. Great eye for Miles Straw so far. Picking up those pitches early from Fried. Again! Wow! He might just walk. 3-1 in the count. Pulls back the bunt again. Let's see what Miles Straw can do here. Trey A. Savage, they're showing him in the dugout. Everybody's leaving him alone. Oh, Straw thought that thing was out of the zone. And Miles Straw, with one of the best pieces of hitting that we've seen over the course of these 2 games, is up there to lay down a bunt. And he manages to get himself a walk. How did... What? The dude's trying to give himself up. Miles Straw is trying to get himself out. And Max Fried is out of the game. Toronto Blue Jays, you are next level. You've chased Max Fried, the Yankees' best pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the American League, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, did not last 4 innings into this playoff game. Oh my goodness. Will Warren is coming in. What a beautiful piece of hitting by Miles Straw. He was trying to get out. He was trying to lay down a bunt. And Max Fried walked him. 3 innings pitched. The night is over for Max Fried. 3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 home run allowed. Will Warren is in the game now. Someone said, who is it saying? I can't even pronounce your username. Parzival84 said, I'm streaming on Sportsnet Plus. I'm getting spoils here. You can pause the YouTube. I think that's the best strategy for anybody watching out there who wants to sync me with their TV. If I'm going ahead of what you got, the best thing you can do is pause YouTube and then delay it so that I'm in sync with your TV. That's the easiest way to do it. So there you go. Just a little advice out there. And while you're doing that, since we have a break in the action with Will Warren coming into the game, hit like on this video. Hit like on the video. It takes very little effort from you, but it means a lot to us. The likes really help grow the channel, really helps the video and its performance. So if you could hit like while you're here, I know there's a lot of you right now watching. So if you can hit like, that we'd really appreciate it. If you want to really support, hit subscribe on the channel. We love every single subscription. So thank you. Thank you for that. Also, if you want recaps of these games, I do recaps on my channel, the Jesse Blake Sports Report YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing one of every postseason game for the Jays, so you can go find those after the game. As soon as I'm done streaming here, I film that and I post that video. So go watch that when this thing is done. We have at the plate George Springer, who is behind in the count 0-1, and then now they're even in the count at 1-1. Will Warren is in the game to replace Max Fried. Let's see what George Springer can do. He's had a tough start the last 2 games. I guess the 1 game and the 2 at-bats here he's had in this game for the Jays. After such a hot regular season, he did not really get into the party yesterday. I think he got a sac fly, drove in 1 run. but didn't really light it up yesterday. Now he's chasing this count up. 3-1. George Springer against Will Warren. It looks like Nathan Lucas is going to be coming into the game for Davis Schneider. And George Springer walks. Wow. Will Warren comes into the game. George Springer walks after Will Warren comes into the game, can't throw strikeouts. Davis Schneider is not replaced by Nathan Lucas. He gets to go to the plate with the bases loaded, none out. I want to get to your super chat here. Bankable shots. Didn't Max use us in free agency negotiations this year? That's got to hurt. Yes. We've been used by every player in Major League Baseball for free agency negotiations because Rogers has money. And all of those free agents who didn't come here, I bet you regret it right now as the Blue Jays are up 5-0 over the New York Yankees in the bottom of the 4th inning. The bases are loaded for Davis Schneider with none out. It's a 1-1 count against Will Warren, who just came into the game to relieve Max Fried, who could not get through 4 innings, pitching in this ALDS game number 2. Davis Schneider takes a strike high in the zone. 1-2 on the count. Davis Schneider, unfortunately here, with none out and the bases loaded, strikes out on a Will Warren fastball, 97 miles an hour in the zone. He strikes out looking. But Vlatty is now up to bat. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at the plate. 1 out, bases loaded. Five nothing Blue Jays. Let's see if Vlatty can do something here. I'm trying to keep up with all the activity in the chat here too. You guys are going crazy. Jean-Sebastian Waugh, I hope I said that correctly. Jean-Sebastian Waugh just donated 20 SDPN memberships. Holy cow. Wow. If you got gifted a membership by Jean-Sebastian, please thank them. Please thank them if you received it. That is so kind of you. Thank you. I will bring out a member of the DOS, the Dancing Animal Squad, for you there. There's a giraffe dancing on the logo. Vladdy's ahead in the count, 2-1. Oh, Vlatty! Vlatty! Grand slam! Left field! Second deck! Blue Jays up 9-0! My goodness! Vlatty got all of that baseball! I think I saw it land in Hamilton! Oh my goodness, this thing isn't close! The Yankees didn't bother showing up for this series! Jays 9, Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 4th, grand slam, Vlatty. He is on fire. He's got 6 hits in this series. He's got 2 home runs, and there's a curtain call with the home run jacket on for our $500 million star. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. worth every single penny. That's why you pay the man. Aaron Judge who? My goodness, him and Springer embrace. Vlatty's got to be feeling so good right now. Oh my goodness, this year's special. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Woo! This thing's over, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how many Leafs fans are in the chat. Have some confidence in these Blue Jays. These Blue Jays aren't your Leafs. They come in the postseason and they deliver and they don't make it close. They don't waste time. Alejandro Kirk's at the plate. Counts 3-2. There's one out in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, Alejandro Kirk. Singles to right field. He's on first base now. Don't let the party stop. Captain Kirk. Singles to right field. Man on first, one out in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody has shown up for this series like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We are going to game day 3D that home run into oblivion when we get a commercial break here. My goodness. Dalton Varsho's got 2 doubles in RBI. 2 runs scored, and nobody cares. Jay's got 9 runs on the board. Holy cow. Alex Reuse, thank you for the super chat. These air horns are for you. Alex Reuse says, NASA scientists confirmed ball entered orbit briefly and landed near Red Deer. Shout out Alberta one time. I hope you saw that ball come down, because Vlatty hit that thing across Canada for sure. My goodness. It's crazy how this Blue Jays lineup can do everything. It's ridiculous. Like this Vlatty grand slam comes off the heels of Miles Straw working a count to try and bunt, and then he gets a walk. And there's Dalton Varsho. Let's start caring about what Varsho's doing too. I said no one noticed his 2 doubles. Maybe somebody will notice his home run into the right field bleachers. Double digits, 11-0 Jays. Are you kidding me? This is getting stupid. This is getting ridiculous. When's the mercy rule? What's the mercy rule in Major League Baseball, huh? The Jays are getting close. Yankees, you throwing in the white towel yet? My goodness. Dalton Varsho, right field, 2-run blast. Makes it 11-0 for the Blue Jays over the Yankees. When is this thing going to stop? It may never stop. Varsho's 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a home run. 3 RBI. McLeafin, I just got here. This is crazy. Oh, my. Oh, they counted Varsho. Varsho got a triple. Dalton Varsho's 1 away from the cycle. Aaron Boone, you going to bring your guys home? Is it good? All good, Aaron Boone? Doing all right? How you feeling? How you feeling about having Max Fried start game number 2? Einer Kiner-Falefa grounds out to Jazz Chisholm at second base, who throws it over to Ben Rice. That's the end of the most electric inning in a long time in Blue Jays history. 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th. They chase Max Fried. They tack on more. It's 11-0 on 11 hits for the Toronto Blue Jays. We go to the top of the 5th inning. I got to catch up with all the stuff you guys are having fun with in the chat. David Fitzpatrick, I was joking about the mercy rule. I was joking about the mercy rule. McLeafin says, McLeafin gifted 10 STBN memberships. This confetti is for you. Please thank McLeafin if you received a membership. David Owens says, Yankees going to bring in a position player to pitch. Imagine how embarrassing it would be to bring in a position player in a playoff game. Oh, you got to be, I wouldn't even show up next game. Just give the Jays the series if you got to do that. Let's keep going through the chat here. McLeafin gifted another membership, a solo one. That confetti is for you. Appreciate it. Suddenly Not Alive says Jesse's going to lose his voice at the end of the series. I'm going to lose it for a good cause. If they keep hitting home runs, who needs a voice? Rick Robitaille super chatted for $1. Air horns for you. Jay Coy says, can't forget the 10Ks. We got 11 runs on the board, and it might not even be the most impressive thing happening today. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. All of that happened, and we've been sitting here, and Trey Savage has 10 strikeouts. Oh, my goodness. The runs are 11-0, and the hits are similar. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to jinx it. The hits are similar to the 11-0 score. Check it yourself in the box score. Ali says, as a Leafs fan, is this what Killer Instinct looks like? We're the Panthers! Shout out Ali with the super chat. Oh, these aren't the Leafs. The Jays are the Panthers, everybody. They saw blood, and they went to town. This is a best of 5, yep. After this game, the Jays can sweep at Yankee Stadium. I need some water. Please give me a second after I set up this at-bat by Stanton against the Savage. Top of the 5th inning, none out. Stanton's at the plate. Savage is behind in the count, but Stanton grounds out to third base. Gathered by Clement. He throws it offline to Vlatty, but Vlatty catches it and makes a little tag on Stanton. Vlatty, a very, very good defensive first baseman. Big fan of how Vlatty has matured in his first base role. Growing from a third baseman, switching over there to first, really excelling at that position. Makes that play to save the error there and get out Stanton. Alex Ryu says, chat, which number is higher? Savage's Ks or Jay's runs? Uh-oh. Ball off of the glove of Vlatty. Jazz Chisholm hits it off of Vladdy's foot. Ball bounces into right field. He gets a single on that one. I don't know if they're going to charge an error, maybe. It looked like a hard play to make. Might have been behind him. He goes to his right, kicks under his glove, off of his foot, and into right field. That might be an error. Yeah, I probably should have had that one. Hopefully they do call that an error. Yep. That error is good. That's a very good error for some reasons that we won't mention. We won't bring up why that error is very good, but it is an error, and that's good for the Jays. Let me know what you think about Alex's question. What's going to chase up higher, the runs the Blue Jays score here or the amount of strikeouts Jay Savage has? Because right now it's 10-11 strikeouts versus runs, which is crazy. Crazy. Ryan McMahon's at the plate now. Third baseman for the Yankees. Jay Savage got ahead in the count 0-2, but now 1-2. We got to get into the game day 3D of that Vlatty grand slam and the Varsho shot too. Couldn't get to it last commercial break, but we will get to it in the next one. So hold your horses for that. We're going to have some fun watching that grand slam back over and over and over again. Let's see what Jay Savage can do here at 71 pitches. 72nd pitch is popped up into the air. Ernie Clement gets under it to the left of third base in the foul territory, catches it for the second out of the inning. Volpe is now at the plate with 2 outs. The Jays leading 11-0 in the top of the 5th inning. This is fun. Can every game be this? It has so far. It's been this so far. Unreal. Jay Savage threw that slider to Volpe again, where it goes left to right. Like, his slider is magical. Wes Richard says, just got home from golf. Looks like I haven't missed much. You've missed so much fun, Richard. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Volpe now works the count to 1-2. Jay Savage once again with the splitter. It's 11 runs, 11 strikeouts. Jay Savage is pitching an outing for the ages. This has to be one of the best starts by a rookie in postseason history. We're through 5 innings now for Jay Savage. No runs, 11 strikeouts. It is a legendary, yes, you are correct, done me for performance. It is legendary. Wes Richard, also legendary in the chat, just gifted 20 SDPN memberships. Please thank Wes if you received one of those memberships. That is unbelievable. Let us revisit, for anybody that missed it, one of the best postseason moments in recent Blue Jays memory. We are going to game day 3D this thing. Oh, baby. Let's get this thing up on the screen. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm gonna shrink myself there. I don't need to be in the way of this. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Bases loaded. Will Warren on the mound takes this pitch all the way into the second deck of right field. Sorry, left field. I'm messing up all this. Vlatty to the second deck of left field. Do you see how he stood there and watched this ball? Look at it. Oh, my God. He knew as soon as he hit it. As soon as he hit it. He knew. He knew it was out of the ballpark. Oh. That's incredible. What a moment. Let's get it from the action cam here. Vlatty. Swing. A swing and a drive. Get up, ball. Get up. Get up, ball. That's my best buck. Vlatty rounds the bases there. What a homer. What a moment. That thing's going to live in infamy for a long time in Blue Jays history. We'll do the Varsho one, too. But we are back in the bottom of the fifth inning. Jimenez grounds out to Jazz Chisholm. We got one out. Yeah, Denise says, I don't know what else to say about this performance. Something special. I'm running out of words. Wes Richard again, super chats, $2. Rocket emojis. That's Rocket Richard. Looking at the hits the Yankees have. Everybody should go look at the hits that the Yankees have. It matches their run total. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. We have to honor the tradition of not jinxing what's going on here. John Boy apparently is already this is from Toriner. John Boy's already giving up on the Yankees even winning one game. I've talked about this a million times already in this stream in the hour 40 we've been on, but Yankees fans were so unbelievably confident coming into this game because they had Max Fried on the mound. And the Jays chased him, couldn't even get through 4 innings, and they've put up 11 runs on this team. Buster Ninja says, do they keep Trey in for the full 9? I would. I'm pitching this guy until that number, that 0, isn't 0 anymore. Miles Straw strikes out here. Strikes out swinging for the second out of the inning. George Springer is coming to the plate to face Will Warren, who is still on the mound. And George Springer hits a ball deep left center field, just over the wall. George Springer says, I want to get in on this party too. You're having too much fun without me, Vlatty. 12-0 Blue Jays. There's no way. Put that home run jacket on, George. The Blue Jays tack on another. That is, yes, Robert Malloy, a Springer dinger. Unbelievable. The Blue Jays have 12 runs on the board. McLeafin has gifted another SDPN membership. You are now a member of this channel if you were gifted one. Tom Cooper says the postseason blowout record is 16-0, by the way. Oh, darn. I did not know that. Let's look up. We're getting goofy here. Let's see biggest blowouts in postseason history, in MLB postseason history. Those are the biggest upsets. The biggest blowout. Oh, we got a hit here. Foul ball. Davis Schneider's at the plate, by the way, after George Springer homered to make it 12-0. Oh, shout out Brian. Wait, I gotta catch up. Brian gifted 5 SDP VIP memberships. Thank you, Brian. This air horns are for you. This confetti is for you. And we got a super chat from Nick. Can't hang long in the stream today, but damn y'all, what a game! Rooting for the BJs. I don't like when people call them the BJs. From a barely Rockies fan. I hope we converted you today. I hope you can become a Blue Jays fan there, Nick. This is a ridiculous game. Tom Cooper says Boston spanked the Yankees 16-1 in 2018. The Jays could get there. With the way everything's going right now, the Jays could get there. In the NLCS in 96, I'm just looking this up right now. The Braves beat the Cardinals 15-0. In the 1985 World Series, the Royals beat the Cardinals 11-0. In the swing and a miss. That is a strikeout by Davis Schneider. That is the third out of the bottom of the 5th inning. We now go to the top of the 6th inning with the Jays up 12-0 and Trey A. Savage on the mound with 11 strikeouts. In the American League Division Series in 1999, the Red Sox beat the Guardians 23-7. 23-7 is the largest postseason margin of victory. So there you go. That's the largest one. Lot of lopsided scores. 2001 World Series game, 15-2. The Diamondbacks beat the Yankees. ALDS 2001. Cleveland beat the Mariners 17-2. So the Blue Jays got a little bit to go to break a record here. The Blue Jays got a little bit of time to break a record here. Let's reset, however, because you watching right now have to do me a favor. Since we're having so much fun on this stream, I ask for only one thing out of you, and that's to just hit like. Hit like on the video. It takes very little effort, but it means a lot to us. If you have not hit like and are hanging out right now, find the little thumbs up button on the video and hit like. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone here who's hanging out right now. I appreciate everybody in the chat. If you want to hit subscribe as well, subscriptions are great. Likes are what we're asking for. Subscriptions would be over the top. I'm wearing my Travis Schneider jersey. I wore it yesterday, and the Jays ran the score up yesterday, so I had to wear the same one again today. Got the other Jays uniform in the back. So I'm not taking this thing off. This thing's going to be on me on Tuesday when we're back here streaming game number 3 when the Jays are in Yankee Stadium. I'll be wearing this thing. If you've been wearing the same things in game 1 and game 2, you better keep that on because it's brought this city good luck. Let me know if you got a jersey on. Let me know what you're wearing. Jim says, I'm wearing my baby blue Vlatty jersey. If you got an obscure jersey, let me know, especially because I need to know those. Luis says, I'm wearing Vladdy's jersey. Jacqueline knows what's up. Jacqueline K says, I'm also wearing the same Jays gear yesterday. Tom says, my Gosman jersey is channeling to Trey. Here's a pop-up. Trey Savage gets Austin Wells to pop up to shortstop. Jimenez gets under it, catches it. First out of the 6th inning. Blue Jays up 12-0 in the top of the 6th. 1 out now in the 6th inning. Let's go through your jerseys. No! John Schneider is walking to the mound to bring out Trey Savage. He's getting a huge standing ovation. 5 1/3 innings of no hit, no run ball, 11 strikeouts, and 76 pitches. That is an incredible stat line for your first career MLB postseason start. Sorry, 78 pitches. His only 4th career Major League start. John Schneider made the correct decision. John Schneider made the correct decision, but I am still upset about it. There's no point at all of having Trey Savage in this game when the Jays are up 12-0. There's no reason at all that he should be on the mound other than let the man try and get a no-hitter. Now their bullpen can try and maintain the no-hitter. I'm saying it now. I was holding back because it was for Savage, but now that John Schneider has ruined the moment for him, saved him from the moment, I guess. You don't want something bad to happen. It's his 4th career start. He made the right call, but I will forever be sad at this. I would have loved to see him complete game, no-hitter. Would have been so cool. Something, I don't know. It's the right call. It's the right call. As Robert Malloy says, it's the right call, but I'm sad. Whatever. I'll get over it. Steezen says modern baseball has lost the romance. So there's a lot of strategy behind this decision. This would have been the 3rd time through the lineup. So I'm going to answer this question directly. Mr. Joe Peep says, why send him out for the 6th then? It is deliberate why they had him face the number 9 hitter Austin Wells and then pull him out when Trent Grisham gets to the plate. This would have been the 3rd time that Grisham sees Trey Savage. There's a lot of history and analytics that goes into when a batter is seeing a pitcher for the 3rd time in a game, the batter starts to get the advantage because he's learning a lot about the pitcher. He's seeing him for a 3rd time. He's getting more familiar with the pitcher. So the Blue Jays are essentially protecting Savage from the 3rd time through the order, and they're also hiding him from the Yankees so that they can't get more information on him as well. And maybe they're hiding him as well from, let's say, the other side of the bracket. So the Mariners, if the Mariners advance through, they couldn't look at this game, see how Savage pitches through the 3rd time through the Yankees lineup, and get some more analytics on that. Remember, this is his 4th career Major League start. There's not a lot of data on Savage. That is an inherent advantage for the Blue Jays. It's a large reason why he was so effective today. So for the long-term success of the Toronto Blue Jays, The smart thing to do in a 12-0 game, if you are playing this thing purely by the coldness of the analytics and of not the funness of baseball, you take out Ye Savage, you save him for the future of the postseason and the many games you have ahead of you, and you bring him out of the game. That's the answer there. That's the long and short of it. Aaron Judge is at the plate to face Brule. 2-2 in the count. Yes, it is 12-0. 12-0, 2-2 in the count, 2 out, top of the 6th inning. Judge, there's a long throw across the diamond for Jimenez. Cannot get Aaron Judge, and that's it. The no-hitter is over. One batter, 2 batters after Trey A. Savage leaves the game. The Yankees earn their first hit of the afternoon. Judge advances to second on defensive indifference. Justin Brule on the mound. Pitching to Cody Bellinger. Tomorrow, I saw a question in the chat about who's pitching in game number 3. Godscope said, hey, Jesse, who starts game 3? The plan is Shane Bieber. So before the series on, what was it, Saturday then? Oh, no! Here's a long hit ball out to right field. Cody Bellinger hits a 2-run shot into the audience in right field, putting the Yankees on the scoreboard in the run department, getting them within 10. It's 12-2 on the 2-run shot by Cody Bellinger with 2 out in the top of the 6th inning. That is 12-2 Blue Jays. We got a little bloop here. Bloop single. Ben Rice, first pitch swinging. Bloop single. Justin Brule needs to get a hold of this thing. John Schneider is going to the pen. I think that's a lot of Jim Halpert face into the camera on this performance by Justin Brule. Gets 1 out. Judge singles for the first hit of the game. Then Cody Bellinger hits a 2-run home run. Then a bloop single. Justin Brule's done. Braden Fisher enters the game to face Giancarlo Stanton. All right. TMB Sports Super Chats says, see, Jesse, taking a Savage out was wrong. Karma is a B, and she will get her revenge. If it's me, I don't know if I can. I would want to leave Ye Savage in there. But as I explained, like I explained already, the right decision in a 12-0 game is to take the kid out before he has to face the lineup for a 3rd time. He did enough. It was a no-hitter, but you're not about winning this game. You're about winning the World Series and this game. And the way to win this game and the World Series is to bring him out of the game and trust your bullpen to not allow 12 runs. Okay? I think we're fine. I think we're fine. It's a very good call. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you tuning in. Braden Fisher is on the mound now, making his postseason debut. 12-2 Blue Jays, man on first base. Stanton at the plate. I'm going to drink some water. Thank you for the water break. Yes, the no-hitter is all broken up. We are sad about that, but the Jays are up 12-2. You can't be upset about a 12-2 game right now. We'll be back on Tuesday, 7 o'clock first pitch, I believe. It might be 8 p.m., actually. Let me triple check that. If it's an 8 p.m. first pitch or a 8:08 first pitch. So I'll be live at 8 p.m. on Tuesday on this channel again. If you want recaps from Game 1, it's already on my channel, the Just Blake Sports Report YouTube channel. Go there, find that, watch that one. And then tonight, you'll have another recap of this game on that channel as well. And then live stream back here, SDPN channel, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Blue Jays possibly going for the sweep over the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium. 2-1 in the count, 2 out. Fisher, Stanton, man on first. Ball high, 2-2. Oh, ball high, 3-1. My bad. Thank you for hanging out, chat. There's a lined ball into left field. Ben Rice is going over to third base. They stop him there. A run does not score, but Stanton is on second base. That is a double for Giancarlo Stanton. The Blue Jays need to stop this thing real quick. The John Boy stream was already talking about the offseason. Don't let them refocus onto this game right here. Jazz Chisholm's at the plate. Man on second, man on third. 2 out in the inning. Braden Fisher on the mound. High fastball, 97. We need a 100-mile-an-hour pitch here from Fisher. Can we get that? Can he rear back for something extra? There's a nice ball in the zone. That was a beautiful curve ball by Fisher there. Postseason so far, Yankees 10 for 35, hitting .286 with runners in scoring position. Broadcast just flashed that one up. One and 2 now in the count. EA Savage looking on from the dugout. Can Fisher get this batter here to end the inning? Chisholm fouls one off. Keeps himself alive. We got to put these Yankees fans back into disarray. Don't give New York any hope here. Don't let the Yankees have any hope. It's 12-2. You're up by 10. Squash them. Run it up. Keep that sweep alive. Braden Fisher gets Chisholm swinging. That's the end of the inning there. Woo! Braden Fisher is able to hold fort finally. R. Brewster, I'm never going to be able to say your name right. R. Brewster says strikeout. Yes, that was a strikeout. Buster Ninja says, shouldn't have taken Trey out. Foot on the throat. Foot on the throat is taking him out. We're gonna argue about this into infinitum. Like this, it was the right call to take out Ye Savage. They're up by 10. They were up by 12 at the time. Even though they allowed 2 runs, they've exited the inning up by 10 runs. I think the bullpen is fine. I think the bullpen is fine. We have more chats here. Moose Hawkins says the Yankees must have October vacation plans. I believe they do. They are trying to leave Toronto real quick. Robert Malloy with a great point here. This is the longest Ye Savage has gone in Major League Baseball. He has been max 5 innings. Yeah, he's never pitched past the 6th inning. Like, I think we were good to take him out there. It's all good. It's all good there. If you are a hockey fan, Alan Walsh and Adam Wilde recorded an episode of Agent Provocateur with Marc-Andre Fleury. You can find that episode wherever you get your podcast. Just search up Agent Provocateur, or on the SDPN YouTube channel where you are right now, you can find that episode of the podcast. Aaliyah says, John Schneider has been making good calls all season. Trust the process. Pretzel Hunt says, holy 10-run lead, Batman. we got people on both ends here of everything. We got one comment here from Hominid352 that says, John Schneider has to be the worst manager in Blue Cats history, at least when pitching decisions are concerned. And then we got people saying that John Schneider's make great decisions. So it's somewhere in the middle. This is from Zunza Cove. Thank you for the super chat. They say cheering the Jays all the way from the Yukon. Nice. Nice. The Yukon is a long way from here. I wonder if Vlatty's home run ball landed in your front yard. That's how far he hit it. Vlatty's at the plate now. They're chatting with Ye Savage's parents on the broadcast. Very adorable. Very cool. Vlatty at the plate facing Warren, who's going to pitch a lot this game. The Yankees don't want to waste any arms in their pen. You don't want to waste anybody in your pen there. Vlatty's got the count to 2-2 on a foul ball. The Blue Jays allowed a couple runs, which is fine. You know, they're still up by 10. I know we got a little bit of Leafs brain amongst Blue Jays fans. It's the same city. It's the same anxiety. But we're good. We're comfy. Up 10. I don't think there needs to be anybody worried about this game right now. Vlatty flies it out to center field. That one is caught by Trent Grisham out in center field. 1 out in the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning. Alejandro Kirk, Captain Kirk, at the plate here. Let's see if we got any of the game day 3D visuals that we can go through here. The Ernie Clement home run. Oh, the Springer dinger. Let's take a little peek at the Springer dinger here. His deep home run to center field. I'm going to pull it up for everybody watching. There we go. George Springer's home run. Watching a little Grisham makes a grab there. 2 out in the innings. 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's Springer's home run. You see how pumped Springer is celebrating around the base pass there. Let's get another look at this thing from the action cam. There we go. Good little overview here. George Springer. This one was a really far home run. It barely gets over the wall there, but that's 400 feet out there. See where it lands? Out in left center. 400 feet out there, George Springer's home run. Eric Lauer and Mason Fluharty are warming up in the bullpen. John Schneider just using the guy's arms that he wants. You know, getting creative with the pen and setting guys up for who he wants to get some throws in. That was the reasoning he gave with getting Jeff Hoffman in the game in an 11-1 score last night. Before the game, I was watching some of his press conference, and he was saying Jeff Hoffman hadn't pitched in 8 days. He just wanted him to touch the mound. He wanted him to get out there, throw some balls to some major league hitters. So that's what he did. He got him out there in a game that was all wrapped up and gave him the opportunity to get his arm into this series, especially the day off tomorrow. There's no real concern about wearing him out. There's actually more concern about him being rusty when he does have to get into the game. So that was Schneider's reasoning there. We got a hit here by Varsho that keeps going, and it's out of the park. Home run. Dalton Varsho, 13-2 Toronto Blue Jays. Let's not worry at all about this score. Let's get Olay playing on the stream. Let's get the home run visuals up because Varsho has the home run jacket on to move this lead back up to 11 runs. It is 13-2 for your Toronto Blue Jays. Dalton Varsho is hitting the cover off the ball all day long. It didn't even look like he got all of that. He kind of just scooped it over the wall. I didn't think that thing would go. And it just kept going. They're showing the replay right now. My goodness. Well done, Varsho. Tom says that golf swing. Yeah, it was literally a golf swing. Present day, what was that golf swing? How did he golf swing a ball out of the ballpark? That's Ernie Clement continuing to pour it on for the Blue Jays, singling to right field. He is on first base. 2 outs in the inning. Varsho homers. Clement singles. 13-2 Blue Jays. 2 outs. IKF to the plate. We're going to watch back that Varsho golf swing. I want to see if the Game Day 3D has that. When we get a commercial break here, we're going to watch that golf swing. Jason. Okay. Jason writes in the chat. Get that momentum back. Start stringing the hits together. Jason, they're up 11 runs. They have the momentum. Even if the Yankees scored 2 last inning and the Jays went hitless for the rest of the game, it wouldn't matter. They're not going to blow the 10-run lead. It's nice that Varsho got the run back, and then now they got a single. Let's not be all nervous Nelly about a 10-run lead. They have all of the momentum. They have all of the momentum. ICAF's at the plate. 1-2 in the count. 13-2 for the Jays. Godscope says he pulled out the 9-iron and hit it just as far as he needed. It was a 9-iron from what? 147 out? Stuck it next to the pin, put a little backspin on it. That was a nice hit by Varsho. Fouls one off. IKF does. Keep it 1-2 in the count. See if he can keep this inning alive. That's a ball. 2-2. Up for the Yankees in the next inning. McMahon, Volpe, Wells. That's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up for the Yankees. We'll see what John Schneider decides to do with the bullpen. There's a strikeout by Will Warren on IKF. Paints the outside edge. Let's look at this golf swing. It's not ready yet on game day 3D. It might take another commercial break. Might have to do it at the next half inning. But we will watch that one back. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, I can show you this. Look at where this curveball was. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Look at where this curveball was that Dalton Varsho hit. That the fourth pitch of the at-bat. That curveball so low in the zone. How he must be seeing the ball so well right now. Like to recognize that pitch and like where it's coming, bend down to know that it's a curveball right out of his hands, hit that so low in the zone, golf club it out of the ballpark. Varsho is seeing this thing beautifully. That is a ridiculous pitch to hit for a home run. Oh, my goodness. We got a pitching change. I just saw that happen in there. Let's get that pitching change all sorted for you. Eric Lauer is going to be on the mound to face McMahon, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Yankees. When is the last time a team has hit 5 home runs in a playoff game? That's from Jacqueline K. I don't know. When was the last time a team put up 13 runs? We were looking at some of the most lopsided victories in postseason history. 13 runs doesn't happen often. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We might have to do like where you're watching from early, just so we know we get it in. No, I'm gonna save it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Game's not over. That's what we do when game's over and the Jays win. We'll save it. Let me know what you're eating. We did an eating check-in about 4 innings ago. Let me know what you're eating now that we're in the top of the 7th, heading into the 7th inning stretch here. If Lauer can make quick work of the Yankees in this inning, we'll go to the 7th inning stretch. We'll stretch our legs. Let me know what you're eating 6 innings into this thing. Robert Malloy says, barbecue crispers. Zunza says, I'm eating a beer. Hell yeah. Eat that beer. Let's go. Grilled cheese, says Neil. I'm so jealous. I love a good grilled cheese. Is it with fancy cheese or like straight up cheddar? How you make your grilled cheeses? We got Thomas Judd. I'm not reading yours. Dom says PB&J. Steven says roasted potato and onion. Moose Hawkins post-workout protein smoothie. I had a protein bar earlier. Protein bar corner. Let's chat about protein bars. I had a grenade. I have the wrapper right in front of me. These things are so darn good. 21 grams of protein. This is the... which flavor? This was the peanut butter flavor. It tastes so much like a Snickers. It's really good. We got a base hit here from Ryan McMahon. Eric Lauer allows a base hit to the first batter he faces. We got a runner on first for the New York Yankees. Single to right field by Ryan McMahon. None out in the inning. Yankees have a man on first. Ooh, barbells. Rob mentions my favorite protein bar. I love grenades, but if I have to pick one, it's the cookies and cream barbells are the best protein bar that's ever been made in the history of mankind. I swear. If you're into protein bars and you have never had a barbell, go out tonight after this game, get a cookies and cream barbell, and it will change your life. It will change your life forever. Grenades are fantastic. There is a Oreo grenade. Oreo grenades are amazing as well. I like this flavor. This flavor tastes like Snickers. The other one tastes like Oreo and chocolate. Those are really good. Let's check in back with what you're eating. I got sidetracked. Daniel says chicken strips and a creamy garlic dip with chili flakes, white wine vinegar, green onions, dill seeds, and fresh cracked black pepper. Daniel the chef. Daniel Hamilton cooking up a storm. Daniel Gordon Ramsay chefing up in the kitchen there. Volpe's at the plate, 1-2 in the count to Eric Lauer. Top 7, none out, man on first. 13-2 for your Toronto Blue Jays. Let's see what Lauer does with this 1-2 pitch. Ball low. Oh, strikeout! Hoo-hoo! Lauer gets the call. Umpire says it hit the bottom of the zone. That's a strikeout for Eric Lauer. I think they got the benefit of the call there. We got Goldschmidt coming in, Paul Goldschmidt coming in for Austin Wells to pinch hit. Change of batters there for the Yankees. Fool of a Toque says, hi, Jesse. And I say, hi, fool. Dayton says, hash browns and hollandaise sauce. Big fan of hollandaise. You can screw up hollandaise, though. I've had bad hollandaise. Hollandaise isn't something where it's like, oh, everywhere you go, it's good. You know you're getting hollandaise. Hollandaise is delicious. I've had bad hollandaise at some breakfast places with eggs Benny, where I'm like, this is kind of gross. But then, like, good hollandaise is friggin' good. You know, like, that's some good stuff. So hollandaise can be hit or miss, but I love a good hollandaise with your eggs Benny. Hash browns, too. I think you got it right, Dayton. Ball low. 2-1 in the count. Lauer versus Goldschmidt. Yanaki says, I'm eating a beer, too. This is total malarkey. Shout out Total Malarkey for the super chat. Total Malarkey says, this is more embarrassing than what my Brewers did in the Fibs. See y'all in the World Series, perhaps. Eric Lauer allows a base hit here to Goldschmidt. 2 men on now for the Yankees. Uh-oh. Paul Goldschmidt singles to right field. Ryan McMahon goes to second base. And we have 2 men on for the Yankees with 1 out. Cranky Canadian Bull says, a large steak and chicken burrito in about 45 minutes. You're having the steak and burrito? That's quite the meal there. That is quite the meal. Tim Manto says, I just woke up. How's the game been so far? Right there. Right there. That's how the game's been. 13-2. Jean-Sebastien Waugh will get a lot of thanks from people in the chat right now. Jean-Sebastien Waugh just gifted 20 SDP VIP memberships. If you were gifted one of those channel memberships, you are now a member of this channel, and you will get an extra episode of the Steve Dangle podcast every single week. That's what it gets you. Plus, get you some fun emojis in the chat. It's 1-2 to Grisham in the count. 1 out in the inning. Eric Lauer still on the mound. 2 men on. 1 on second, 1 on first. Yankees down 11. Thank Jean-Sebastian if you were gifted a membership there. There's a base hit. Trent Grisham, base hit. McMahon held at third. Bases loaded. 1 out. All rise. Aaron Judge is at the plate. John Schneider is going to the mound. Cranky Canadian Bull has clarified. No steak and chicken are in the burrito. Ah. Steak and chicken burrito. That sounds delicious. Okay. We need a reset here because we are in commercial break. We're going to do a little... Can I get the Game Day 3D of that one? Okay. We finally got the Game Day 3D of Dalton Varsho's golf swing home run. We have not seen it yet with the little animation, so let's replay this fantastic moment. Varsho in the batter's box with this curveball. This is going to be a curveball thrown low in the zone. Oh! Do you see it? You can see it. You can even see it. See how he angles that bat? That is a 9-iron. That is 100% a 9-iron. He scoops it into right field, right over the wall. Home run. Well done, Varsho. Varsho's on fire. He's perfect on the night. Got a couple home runs. Added in a double and a triple. There's the scooped home run. Beautiful stuff. Let's do one more look from Will Warren's view. This is a good angle. See what Varsho does there. Oh! Home run. That's the 13th run of the game for the Blue Jays. Now we need to get back to the action on the field, because this is a little serious. Young Nizzle says, yes, yeah, he needs a single for the cycle. That's all that's left. Aaron Judge is at the plate for the second time in this series with the bases loaded. Yesterday, we know what happened. Aaron Judge looks so ugly on a pitch down low out of the zone by Kevin Gossman. Now we have Tommy Nance on the mound against Aaron Judge with the bases loaded. It's 0-1 in the count. He starts off ahead of Judge. Judge has got 9 grand slams in his career. With the Jays up 11 runs here, we don't want to give the Yankees any hope. Judge coming up in another big spot. I might have to get out the Fraud Watch graphics. I still got the Connor Hellebuck Fraud Watch graphics loaded. Might have to start playing that for Aaron Judge, depending on how he does with the bases loaded here. Varsho coming in! Drops for a base hit. Tommy Nance isn't able to get Aaron Judge out. He singles to center field. He got jammed, but was able to square the bat. I guess then he's not jammed, right? He's able to square the bat on an inside pitch, flare it up right in front of Varsho in center field. Brings in 1 run for the Yankees. Nance is able to limit that damage, though. Aaron Judge at the plate, you're worried about an extra base hit. The fact that it's only a single, the fact that it's only 1 run, you're still up by 10. That is a good result. That is a very good result for Nance against Judge with the bases loaded. Now he has to deal with Cody Bellinger. Jean-Sebastian Waugh, I got to get to your question here. They say, I'm a Canadian season ticket holder, but also a Leafs fan since 21, thanks to SDPN. Oh, you're welcome. I know I'm the exception to the rule. You got me hooked during the Habs-Leafs series, and now I never miss a podcast. There's a diving stab out in left field. Goldschmidt tags, however, and scores. But what a play out in left field by Miles Straw to slide and catch that one and limit the damage to 1 run on the board for the Yankees. That is a huge grab. If he is anywhere off with that sliding grab, that's at least 2 runs, probably 3 runs. It's 13-4 for the Blue Jays. Up by 9 now in this game. 2 out in the top of the 7th. Ben Rice at the plate to face Tommy Nance. Even count 1-1. The Jays, always spectacular in the field. That's one of their calling cards. Great at defense. Platinum gloves all over this diamond with Kirk and Varsho and Jimenez. And you get great plays like that out of Straw and guys like Ernie Clement. Defense. They're built on it. Let's see what Nance can do here against the number 4 hitter, Ben Rice. Uh-oh. That ball's hit far. That ball's hit deep. It's off the wall. Lucas in right field. Gets it, relays it in. They almost get Ben Rice at second. Judge stops at third base with the quick relay the Blue Jays outfielders had. Only 1 run scores. It's 13-5, and the Yankees are learning how to hit this Blue Jays bullpen. That ball was off the middle of the wall. Little higher, and it's out of the ballpark. Giancarlo Stanton is now at the plate. Trey Savage was pitching a no-hitter through 5 1/3 innings. No runs allowed, no hits. And then when the 3rd time through the order came up, John Schneider made the right decision to remove him from the game. Since then, the Yankees have put up 5 runs and have 9 hits. 5 runs and 9 hits off of the Blue Jays bullpen. It's 2-1 in the count here. Nance against Stanton. 2 out, top of the 7th, 13-5. Stanton fouls off a pitch to make it 2-2 in the count. Rogers Center crowd on their feet now, asking Nance for the strikeout here of Stanton. Can he bring this inning to an end and leave these fans happy? He cannot. There's a base hit to left field for Giancarlo Stanton, and he drives in 2 runs, and all of a sudden, this game is a 6-run ball game. It's 13-7. The Yankees have put up 5 runs in this inning after putting up 2 runs in the last inning. Mason Fluharty is now coming into the game. Mason Fluharty is now entering the game to stop the bleeding here for the Toronto Blue Jays. TBM Sports. Shout out TBM Sports for the super chat. Do you still think Schneider made the right call? Yes. They're up by 6 runs. When the Jays are up by 12 runs, that's the right time to bring out Trey Savage. That's what you should do. There's no reason to have that kid in the game at that moment. We'll see if Mason Fluharty here can get one more out. Are people feeling nervous? Are people feeling nervous? Let me know. Because the Jays are still up by 6. The Jays are 7 outs away from being 2-0 in the series, in this 5-game series. And I think the sentiment is that there's a little bit of nerves in the crowd. Because, like, there's reason to be nervous in that you don't trust these Jays entirely because of they've never been in this position. These Jays, the Blue Jays haven't won. If you're not a Blue Jays fan, you might not know this, but the Blue Jays haven't won a postseason game since 2016, despite being in the postseason 2 separate times. Yesterday was their first win in 9 years. They've been swept both times, and the loss to Seattle in particular came on a game where they put up, I think they lost 10-9 or something, or like 13-10. They put up double digits, near double digits runs. They blew that game. It was disgusting. So there shouldn't be a lot of trust from this fan base with this team, but this season, all the Jays have shown is that they are not those teams. Plus the John Schneider factor in that he doesn't have the best history in pulling his pitchers at the right time. Consistently, he seems to be always on the wrong side of history with when to remove his guys. That is a fact. And here we go. Everybody a little less nervous? Jazz Chisholm grounds out to first base. Fluharty comes in, couple pitches, gets the out, and that's the end of the top of the 7th inning. 6-run lead. I'm confident in these Jays. I'm confident in these Jays. And you should be too. They're not going to give up this 12, what those 12 at the max it was? 11? 11, I think it ballooned to the most. We're on to the bottom of the 7th. It's good. Kevin says we see the nervousness in those eyes. Tyson says, I need a tequila. That was too much. I'm still stressing. The not real Pavel Bure says they have given up 7 runs in 12 innings, Jesse, but they have scored 13 runs in this game. I feel like that's the most important stat for the Blue Jays. They are 6 outs away from going up 2-0 on the New York Yankees. 6 outs. They got 6 runs to play with, a whole bunch of arms in the pen, and they got to get 6 outs. I am very happy with that. I'm very happy with the position the Jays are in right now. I got no worries about it. Let's take a look here on the Game Day 3D. Let me see if it's loaded in here. No, they only got the Varsho home run. I was going to show you a little Yankees action, but they do not have the Yankees home run loaded in just yet. All right. Oh, they do have the Cody Bellinger home run. We're back in action. At the plate for the Toronto Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez, Miles Straw, and then George Springer at the top of the lineup coming back up. Will Warren's still in the game. He's thrown 64 pitches so far. The Yankees have no desire to waste more arms in their pen. At this point, they're just going to let Will Warren, I think, pitch this thing out. Maybe somebody else for the ninth, but they're going to let him keep this thing going for the Yankees. Anybody else in the chat want to let me know what they're eating this afternoon as we pass the 7th inning stretch in the bottom of the 7th inning? We will read out more of your meals that you are enjoying on this lovely Sunday afternoon. It's quite hot in Toronto. There's a fly out by Jimenez to Aaron Judge in right field. He catches it easily, 1 out in the inning. Pizza just got here, says Jesse. Bess Adams says, I'm going to eat a sandwich. You got to tell us what's in the sandwich. Jay Bolsonot says, just had KFC because I'm a Jets fan. What's the Jets? Winnipeg Jets? New York Football Jets? What's the tie-in with KFC and the Jets? Shawarma? Adams got shawarma. Logan says chicken and potatoes. That's nice and healthy. We got some more food orders in the bottom of the 7th. Cocoa Puffs. Aaliyah says just ordered a pizza pie. Let us know what's on the pizza. Ooh, foul ball off the catcher's mask. He's okay. Moose Hawkins would love some shawarma right now. Matt Cynical explains the Jets KFC tie-in. It's for Kyle effing Connor. Is that true? Is that like a thing? Ian says beef, broccoli, and rice. I think we win the healthy meal competition there, Ian. Lisa says KFC is for Kyle Connor of the Jets. Does Kyle Connor have a KFC deal? This is a local Winnipeg thing? Cosmo Kramer has the classic Canadian meal, Kraft dinner with hot dogs. I had that all the time growing up. That is a classic. 2-2 in the count. Miles Straw facing Will Warren. Mick Leafin says, with the super chat, Mick Leafin, little air horns. I was at the Fenton Post restaurant in Cochrane, Alberta. Had Eggs Benny. Yeah, a lot of Eggs Benny talk today. Miles Straw bounces it slowly to Chisholm, who fields it cleanly. Nice little play there in front of the second base bag by Jazz Chisholm, who throws it over to first base to get Miles Straw, who was hustling down the line. That is the second out of the inning. Nice play by Chisholm there. 13-7 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Blue Jays lead the New York Yankees. That ball is hit deep by Springer, but it's off the base of the wall. Not quite far enough to leave the ballpark, but George Springer with a double deep off the wall. And George Springer is on second base with 2 outs with that double. There's a lot going on in left field there with Cody Bellinger because he injured his heel in the last series against the Red Sox, and he can't run hard. Like, I wonder if Springer saw it hit out there deep, and he was like, maybe I got a chance to take third here. But he got stopped. Bellinger got there eventually, limping over to the ball. And Bellinger throws it in and keeps Springer at second base. Nathan Lucas at the plate here. Falls behind in the count 0-2 to Will Warren, who's up to 75 pitches on the afternoon. The Yankees just going to run him out for the rest of the game. Let's see what Nathan Lucas can do here with this at-bat. And we're going to check in with more of your foods. Oh, George Springer takes third. Wild pitch by Will Warren. Skips away from the catcher. George Springer, always alert, always on the ball, gets to third base. That ball did not stray very far. Great heads-up play by George Springer. Ben Rice tried to block that ball, but he could not do it. Now we got Nathan Lucas, 1-2 count. The ball's going into foul territory. It does escape far enough to save Lucas there. Let's see what else the peoples out there are eating. Travis Bates is eating mashed potatoes, garlic carrots, and salmon. Another very healthy meal. I wish I had your diet, Travis Bates. Lisa says, if you look up the Kyle Connor KFC reference, you should be able to find it. Kyle effing Connor, KFC. That's crazy. I'm not up on local Winnipeg deals at KFC. I apologize. That ball's just off the outside corner. Lucas survives, bring the count to 2-2. Clucky's having grilled cheese and butternut squash soup. Butternut squash soup is so good. That is a perfect fall meal. That screams fall. Like, it's little sweater weather out there. You know, you got on like a hoodie or a crew neck or a knit sweater. You're having your butternut squash and your grilled cheese. Pop fly here out to Bellinger in left field. Nathan Lucas flies out to Bellinger for the third out of the inning. That's it. With the bottom of the 7th, we go to the top of the 8th. Matthew says, wow, I stopped caring when it was 11-0. Now I'm nervous. You shouldn't be nervous, Matthew, because the Jays have 6 outs to get this thing to game 3 up 2-0. 6 outs. They have the arms in the bullpen to get this thing 6 more outs. I have confidence in that. My confidence has not wavered ever since the Blue Jays went up by 5. They're one of the best teams in Major League history this season when leading by 5 or more runs. They put up 13 today. That should be enough to win any baseball game. The Yankees have put up 7, and that's okay. It's still a 6-run lead. Coming up for the Yankees in this top of the 8th inning, we got Ryan McMahon, Volpe, and Goldschmidt. Those are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Checking in with what you are eating at this point in the afternoon on Sunday. It's evening now. Dude Guy says, I'm eating beer-battered fish and poutine. Whew. Matthew says, Jays aren't the Leafs. I'm not nervous. Matthew, the other Matthew, says, you know they play in Toronto, right, Jesse? They're not the Leafs. They're not the Leafs. While we have a moment here, let's look at that home run that was just... Oh, well, it wasn't a home run. I guess there won't be a game day 3D if the George Springer hit didn't leave the ballpark. Yeah, they don't have the 3D up on George Springer's double. That is okay. Because while we have a moment here, we can talk about one thing you can do for me. If you're watching right now, I would appreciate it if you can just hit like on this video. It doesn't take much. It's a very small lift for you, but it's a big favor to us. If you can support the channel just by hitting like while you're watching this video. If you really want to support us, hit subscribe on the SDPN channel. That'll go a long way in helping us. But like a like is just as good. It's not just as good. Subscription is better. Let's be honest. Subscription's better. Like is good. A sub is great. So if you can do those two things, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you. That is my public service announcement. Ryan McMahon is at the plate here. He's behind in the count 1-0. Louis Varland is now on the mound. Bunt! But Louis Varland, who just came into the game, makes a nice play. McMahon trying to bunt for a base hit. Cannot do it. Louis Varland throws that bunt over to Vlatty at first base. And that is the first out of the inning. 5 outs to go for your Toronto Blue Jays. Let's count this thing down. Dude Guy 77 says, a peanut butter and bacon sandwich is diabolical. I've never had it, so I won't knock it till I try it, but it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good at all. Peanut butter and bacon? I just, Brian with good perspective on this game here. The Yankees are a great team that are known to score runs. To expect the Jays to keep the Yankees off the scoreboard is asking too much. This has been a great game. Let's go Jays. That's good perspective there. Maddie says, I've had a burger with peanut butter and bacon before. It was okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound like I'd be over the moon about bacon and peanut butter. Kevin says, I'm having honey garlic ribs and fried rice from a Chinese restaurant. That sounds incredible. Varland here does not get the outside call. 100 on the dot thrown to Volpe, but it was just off of the outside edge. 3-2 with the count. The payoff pitch is coming up. Varland does not strike out Volpe. Volpe gets it on the bat, but hits it right back to Varland, who snags it out of midair, runs over to Vlatty, gets the second out of the inning. Well done, Louis Varland. That's 2 up, 2 down. Paul Goldschmidt at the plate. 4 outs to go for the Toronto Blue Jays to close out this game. Louis Varland's having a good little inning here. He gets Goldschmidt to ground over to third base. Nice little play, and that is 3 up, 3 down for Louis Varland. Your Toronto Blue Jays are 3 outs away from going up 2-0 on the New York Yankees in the American League Division Series. As you can see with the schedule right up there on the screen, I will be back here Tuesday at 8 streaming game number 3 of the ALDS. I hope to see you there. We will be hanging out. David D. with a great question in the chat. Favorite blizzard at Dairy Queen? I assume in America, the United States of America, you got the same blizzard situation that we got up here in Canada, right? Pause. Bubby's saying is doing the wave emojis. Drop a wave emojis in the chat so we can all do the wave together. Up 6 runs heading into the 9th inning. I think that's good time to do the wave. Drop your wave emojis, do the wave. Back to the blizzard situation. I assume in America you know blizzards, right? Oh, yeah, because the Florida Panthers, way to go Warrior bringing up Brad Marchand doing the blizzards. The Florida Panthers went to Dairy Queen to go get blizzards, so you guys have the same blizzards as us. My favorite blizzard, so I can just talk about this openly, and North Americans will understand. My favorite blizzard is the Choco Brownie Extreme. That thing is so darn good. Like, it behooves me how good is that the correct, can I say that? Is that a correct way to say that? I am shocked by how good Dairy Queen is able to make that thing. It doesn't feel like food. It feels like a chocolate orgasm in your mouth. That is the Choco Brownie Extreme from Dairy Queen. It's amazing. If you've never had it, go out and get it. Enjoy it. Get it while celebrating the Jays' victory today. Jean-Sebastian Waugh says the Oreo or score for me. Jacqueline K backs up the score one. David D says that's my favorite one as well. You got some good taste. Raspberry. There's a raspberry cheesecake, says Lore. I'm not into that. I'm not into a raspberry cheesecake. I need chocolate. I need chocolate with my ice cream. Vlatty's up at the plate here. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Will Warren's still on the mound for the Yankees. He's going to be up to 80 pitches after he pitches this first one to Vlatty. Vlatty with the grand slam earlier in this game. 2 singles, 3 for 4, 2 runs. In the series, he's got 2 home runs and 6 RBI. He pops one up here to center field. Gets a little under it. Aaron Judge runs in and saves Trent Grisham for an error. Makes that catch. And that's 1 out in the inning for the Toronto Blue Jays. Alejandro Kirk is now at the plate. 1 for 4 on the day. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. 13-7 for your Toronto Blue Jays. I wonder if Jeff Hoffman's coming in the 9th inning. Or if they leave Louis Varland in there to finish this thing out. He was pitching so well in that 8th inning. Top of the 8th inning. Made real quick work of the Yankees. Lore says the Schmores. Blizzard is also pretty darn good. Got a lot of people on Team Schmore. Aaliyah's on Team Schmore. Jacqueline K's on Team Schmore. That's how you say Schmore, right? Schmore? I think I'm saying it the correct way. The way Schmore's people want you to say it. We got a pop fly to Cody Bellinger out in left field. He runs over to it, tracks it down, retires Alejandro Kirk for the 2nd out of the inning. And Aaron Boone is scared of Dalton Varsho. Will Warren is coming out of the game, and Aaron Boone is going to the pen so that they can try and retire Dalton Varsho, who today, Dalton Varsho, let me just check his numbers right here, is 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. Unreal. I'm so right on how to say schmore. When you write it, that's how you're supposed to say it. You're not supposed to say s'mores. It's schmores. That's how they say it. Bottom of the 8th inning here. 2 outs. The Blue Jays are 3 outs away from ending this thing. They're showing Dalton Varsho's day so far. Are you guys upset? Are you? I'm just checking the chat here. We gotta have this out. We gotta have this out. Brian M. Yeah, see, so Brian M right now is spelling it correctly. Brian M spelling it correctly. It's S apostrophe M-O-R-E-S. Let me just S apostrophe M-O-R-E-S. That's how you spell s'mores. That's the official way to spell s'mores. So we're all in agreement, right? If you Google it, that's what comes up. That's what it is. That apostrophe is where you get the sound. Okay? If you're not aware, I'm teaching you something. That apostrophe is where that little zhuzh comes from. It's not s'mores. It's not, oh, S-more. It's schmores. Schmores. That's how you got to say it. You gotta have some culture here, people. Here's Varsho, the hottest hitter in the game right now, popping one out to Cody Bellinger in left field. 3 outs to go. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we go to the top of the 9th inning. Jean-Sebastien Waugh says, like, subscribe, tell all your friends. I would appreciate if everyone could hit like on this video. I would appreciate it if everybody could hit subscribe on the channel. It goes a long way, and it's a small lift for you. So, let's get back to the s'mores debate. I've never heard anybody say s'mores before. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it the way I pronounce it. And do you say s'mores like s'mores? Let me see if anybody. No, so let me see if the AI. See, we can't trust AI. Google's doing the AI overview thing. Francois says, "Go Expos, go!" Thank you for the super chat. AI overview is not making any sense. Can't trust AI. If you're out there and you're trusting AI, you're on the wrong side of history. I'm trying to find somebody out there saying s'mores correctly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a no stupid questions Reddit. Says, how do you pronounce s'mores? It says, I can't figure it out. Somebody in the comments says, say it like the apostrophe isn't there, but that doesn't make sense. Then why is the apostrophe there? More s'mores. but then you put the apostrophe and you get the So I can't find any. I guess this debate hasn't been had yet. Are we making internet history together? I feel like we're making history together. This might be the first ever time on the internet that anybody's having the s'mores debate. Wow, look at us go. Look at us making friends. Let's lock in for the top of the 9th inning here. Toronto's up by 6 runs. I feel like I've enraged a lot of people who are really into s'mores. Carl says it's a contradiction of marshmallow. The SH sound is still there. Thank you. Let's go back to the game. 0-2 in the count. Sir Anthony Dominguez is on the mound now, facing Trent Grisham. (0-2) in the count. Trent Grisham's trying to stay alive. Does not fall for that pitch away. One, two now. Swing and a miss. 2 more outs for the Blue Jays to go up 2-0 in this series. Aaron Judge now at the plate to face Sir Anthony Dominguez. Ball just outside. 2-0 in the count now. 1 out. 2 more outs to go to end this thing and put a bunch of fears to bed. I know a lot of Jays fans got nervous. (2-1) in the count to Judge. Ball inside. Sir Anthony Dominguez is really pitching around Judge with this 6-run lead in the top of the 9th inning. And he loses him here. Low and away the ball is. Judge walks. Man on first. 1 out. Cody Bellinger at the plate. What a game we've had so far. Hopefully we're winding down here with 2 outs to go. Man on first. Cody Bellinger takes a first pitch strike right down the middle. 97 on the gun for Sir Anthony Dominguez. Double play ball will be really nice here. Put this thing away for the Toronto Blue Jays. The white panel hats have been such good luck for the Blue Jays so far in this little run here. Last couple weeks of wearing those hats has been spectacular for this Jays crew. Trey Savage was an absolute beaut on the mound. Pitched a gem for the Toronto Blue Jays. Cody Bellinger swings on a fastball up in the zone. 97 fouls it off back. 2-2 in the count now. Fans at the Rogers Center are on their feet, trying to will this thing to the end. Dominguez misses low, barely low. 97 with a four-seam fastball. Good eye there from Bellinger. Pushes the count to 3-2. 1 out. Cody Bellinger hits the ball over to second base. No play at second, but there is a play at first. The Blue Jays are one more out away. Andres Jimenez decided to not try and get the lead runner, Aaron Judge, at second. Went with the safe play of getting Bellinger at first. One more run here, people. Ben Rice is at the plate to face Sir Anthony Dominguez. 2 outs. Top 9, 13, 7 Jays. 1-0 in the count. The Rogers Center crowd is alive and on their feet with a chant of "Let's go Blue Jays." You absolutely love to see it. The New York Yankees entered this game with Max Fried, thinking they had this all sewn up with their ace on the mound. And little did they know the Blue Jays had an ace of their own in the other dugout. Trey Savage pitched an absolute gem of 5 1/3 innings of no-hit ball to put the Jays in this position now to win this game. The bullpen wasn't pretty, but they did enough to hold on to this lead here. It was at 11 at one point and is now down to 6. But they've done enough, like I said, to hopefully put this game to bed here. 2-2 count, 2 out. Foul ball again. Ben Rice is really staying in this at-bat. Really sticking with this. Making Dominguez work for this one. This final out of the game. It's not coming easy, and it never will against these New York Yankees. It's 3-2 in the count. Ben Rice walks. Ben Rice walks. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate now to face Sir Anthony Dominguez. Fouls off the first pitch. Oh-1 in the count, 2 out, 13-7, the Blue Jays lead. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Let's bring it back. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Giancarlo Stanton, 0-2, 2 outs for the Toronto Blue Jays to go up 2-0 in the series. Swing and a miss. Toronto does it. They hang on for the 13-7 victory. Let me know where you watched from today. Let's celebrate and shout out your city. The Blue Jays do it. Back-to-back wins against these Yankees. Thank you for the super chat. $10 from McLeafin. Appreciate it. Jesse Watch from Kingston. We got West Kelowna, Markham, Houston, Tilsonburg as always. Kingston, West Richard with the gifted memberships. Virginia, North Bay. Sweep is incoming. I see that. Guelph, Shelburne, Halifax, Detroit, New York. Boo. Portugal. Wow, Portugal. Melbourne, Calgary, Kingston, Moncton, Helsinki, London, Calgary, Cleveland. No matter where you watch from around the world, I appreciate you and I thank you. You are here to witness the Toronto Blue Jays and Trey Savage's gem. 12 strikeouts, double-digit strikeouts on the night. 5 1/3 no-hit ball. Home runs all over the roster. A career game by Dalton Varsho. Vlatty's grand slam. 13 runs on the afternoon for your Toronto Blue Jays. They head to New York Tuesday night, up 2-0, going for the sweep. You bet I will have a broom in the background for this stream on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will see you right back here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Head over to my channel, the Jesse Blake Sports Report channel. You'll see a recap of this game, a video there as well. Hit like, hit subscribe before you exit. Good night.